Technology is not age specific. Anyone can do it. I had my first encounter with technology when I retired my fountain pen, my manual typewriter with its correction tapes, and my electric typewriter. On my first computer, I found myself talking to a machine. When I talked to the machine, I felt so silly. But I knew that I had to learn I wasn't going to be beaten by an inanimate object, especially one that I had paid for. After a while, I was getting good, and I wanted more speed. So in came my second computer. On that computer, I researched my family, and I organized all branches of my family tree. On that computer, I also created my family cookbook with 320 recipes. As soon as I add 45 more recipes, anyone can do a Muriel recipe masterpiece any day of the year. Remind you, frustration started me on my discovery quest. Now, I'm on my third computer. On this computer, I keep all membership records for my AARP chapter. And I'm also secretary of the Golden Agers of my church. And I make agendas, and I help with the newsletter for the seniors. On this computer also are all my music albums. Now that I have my iPod, I can download all my favorite songs from the computer. There is a small tale that I'm going to tell you. I was riding to Pittsburgh with 3 of my adult cousins. They were all texting on their iPhones. I was ashamed to bring out my little flip-top phone. They teased me so, but to my surprise, I received my first iPhone from them as a Christmas present. But therein lies tales of frustration, big frustration. There were so many apps on that iPhone. I didn't know how to use them, and I was afraid to try because I didn't want to break my gift. Then I had to learn how to do texting. I didn't know any texting abbreviations. So I had to write out everything, and I was afraid to raise the ghost of past English teachers. Therein lies another discovery with my cousin's GPS in their car. I was fascinated. My car doesn't have a GPS. So my family gave me a Garmin GPS. I don't drive long distances anymore, but I know the directions to my son's house, and he lives 41 miles away. And I use my GPS just so I can hear it talk. When I got my iPad, the first one wouldn't let me download anything. So I took it back to the store. When I brought its replacement home, it wouldn't let me connect with my Wi-Fi. I was so upset, I called Comcast because I'm not afraid to ask for help. When the serviceman heard my frustration and pleas for help, He showed me exactly where to locate the password on the bottom of my modem. I was so happy, I almost grabbed that strange man and hugged him. And then I started to enjoy my new toy. I have a Nook. And on that Nook, it gives me more space and fewer bookcases. And I have downloaded any number of books. And I use my Nook, especially when I'm traveling or when I feel like just curling up with a good book. When I first got my Nook, however, I had to learn how to purchase books online. And I also had to learn how to download the Barnes & Noble app on my computer. When I'm bored, I play Bookworm on my computer. It's not on my iPad because that app is not in the App Store. But as soon as it lets me, that will be my next thing to discover. All kinds of cameras, from my movie projector that required a screen, my Polaroid, my 35mm camera, and now my digital Sony, which allows me to download all my books by way of a memory card into my computer. All my music, all my music. I am so happy to have it all. But all of these cameras, I want to learn some other things, and I want to download more things on my camera. And then I want to learn how to make greeting cards. And then I also want to learn how to scan in my thousands of rubber stamps into that computer. These are my latest bits of technology. And those of us of a certain age, I'm waiting to have my Dick Tracy watch, computer watch. So you see, age has nothing to do with being technologically adventuresome. Frustration is normal. But persistence leads to skills, pleasures, and accomplishments. I don't know what my next gadget will be, but anything is possible. Thank you.